My camping journal layouts often combine digital and paper techniques, using digital scrapbook papers, printing pictures, using physical scrapbooking elements like stickers and papers, and also using video by including QR codes on my layouts to link to YouTube videos. Today I'll walk you through this pocket page layout and show you how I combined all these techniques to create this hybrid journal page. I started this page in Canva because I wanted to print a 4x6 photo that has photos but also digital scrapbooking elements. So I'm going to combine those together in this 4x6 Canva layout. I will add some grid lines here because I want to divide this up for 3x4 pockets, so I need to know where the center of my 4x6 photo spot is. So by turning the grids on in Canva, I'll be able to see where that 3-inch mark is, and my photos will line up with that as I drag them in. So I'm picking a photo I have of Lake of the Clouds and uploading it to my Canva account, and then I'll drag it over, and I want this to be on one of the 3x4 cards. So I will drag it over to the left and then resize it so that it fits in the first 3 inches of this 4x6 print. And I'll adjust it a little bit here, and I'm going to layer that with a piece of digital scrapbooking paper from the Kristen Cronenberg camping kit that I had used in actually my previous video. I'm going to layer this in. I'm just going to increase the size of it so it fills the spots, move it over so it's just on, again, the first side up to 3 inches. And then I will rearrange the layering so that the photo is in front of it. I decide I've got too much of the paper showing and I want more of the photo, so I'm just going to increase the size, and then I'll end up cropping the photo so that I'm able to see the amount of photo that I want, but also the amount of digital scrapbooking paper I want at the bottom. And that will give me a place to put some text. And this was from our trip to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We were in the Porcupine Mountains wilderness area, and this was the Lake of the Clouds overlook, which is a really beautiful overlook where you can take lots of great pictures of the Lake of the Clouds. There's also some hikes around there, but we had to do a little bit of change of plans when we went to visit Lake of the Clouds. We had intended to hike, but my husband actually hurt his toe in the camper that morning, and so it was all bandaged up and he was in no shape to go for any hikes. So we decided to do driving sightseeing instead of hiking sightseeing, and the overlook for this is perfect because you can drive right up and park, and there are wooden boardwalks that you can walk on, and it will let you see the overlook without having to do much hiking. So you can see I've adjusted my font, I've changed my font size, and I've put the title that I want for this page right where I want it. I'm playing around here with the settings. I want to add maybe just a little bit of depth, so I'm clicking on the effects and I'm looking at the different possible effects, and I'm trying to pick a shadow to kind of make it stand out a little bit from that blue. So I adjust the settings a little bit. These are fun to play with. Canva has a lot of different fun settings and effects you can do on text and pictures, and it's fun to explore them. Now I'm looking for something for the right side of this 4x6 print. I'm looking through my digital scrapbooking kit from Sweet Shop Designs by Kristen Cronenberg. It's the camping kit that I used in my last video, so feel free to go ahead and check out that video. This camping kit has a lot of great pieces, and I'm looking through the background papers, and I'm just looking for a neutral, kind of simple pattern background to go on the right side, and this will be where my journaling will go. I'm going to add some embellishments and dress up this other 3x4 card. When I print this out, I'm going to be cutting these in half so that they'll slip into the 3x4 pockets in the pocket page of my album. Now all I have to do is click that share button, download this. I'm going to download it as a PDF print, and once I do that, it will be in a format that I can send to my printer, or sometimes I actually will have multiple things to print and I will actually drag them into Photoshop so I can arrange them on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper to save paper. It's not a necessary step, but it's something I do so I can save my paper. Hey, and now we're on my desk and we're ready to put this layout together. I have decided that this layout is going to go into a pocket page with 2 3x4 slots and 1 4x6 slot. So I did go ahead and print that Canva 4x6 with the 2 3x4 cards that I built, but I also have a 4x6 picture and some text that I think I'm going to use, and I did drag all of that into Photoshop so that I could print it all in one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. You don't have to use Photoshop for this. You could use another image editing program, or you could drag them into a word processing document, I'm sure. I like to do this to save paper so that I can print everything out on one sheet. All right, let's move into fast forward so we can see how we put this layout all together. I've put the sheet on my trimmer and I'm just trimming out the 2 3x4 cards. The first one is all set, and I have to trim off a little bit on the edge to get it to fit. Then I'll trim out this 4x6 photo of my husband and I at the Lake of the Clouds overlook. Awesome view of the lake from there. And I'm going to use one of these words. I think I picked this. I always print out words in a few different sizes so that I can kind of see which size is going to work. And in this case, I picked a couple colors. And I wanted this to say Plan B because, as I mentioned before, my husband hurt his foot and we were supposed to go on a hike. And instead, we were doing drivable overlooks. And so this was our Plan B for the day. All right, now I'm going to build this journaling card where I'm going to have some embellishments. I had pulled out some things from different kits, some Vicky Boutin stuff, some Simple Stories stuff, and I'm just building a journaling card to kind of talk about this Plan B story. We were kind of disappointed that we weren't going to be able to do this hike, so I found this word phrase, everything is fine, and roll with it, and let's be adventurers to say that we were just going to make our day still wonderful even though it wasn't quite the plan we had originally thought of. I was trying to use this flower in the corner, but it ended up being way too big. So now I'm looking through the sticker book that I had with different camping things, and there is a pair of binoculars there, which seemed great because we were looking out at an overlook. Just trimming off where it overhangs the edge, and now I'm going to add my journaling. So I'm talking here about how this was our second choice plan. My husband was definitely limping. He was hobbling around a bit, and long walks and certainly a long hike was not in our plan for today. So this overlook at Lake of the Clouds was perfect because you could drive right up, you could park in the parking lot, there were wooden boardwalks everywhere, and you had the perfect view. You didn't have to climb anywhere. You were already at the top. So it was great. It would be great for anyone with mobility issues who needs a little bit more accessible way to see nature, and this was a perfect spot to do it. So I took some time to write that in my journaling, and now this cute little card is ready to go in the pocket. And we'll have a layout where at this point I kind of thought I was done. Everything looked great. I had all of my pieces ready, but I'm not quite done yet. Because at this point I went back and looked and saw I had a bunch of video from that day, and I really like to be able to have my video along with the pictures so that when I'm looking at my photo album, I can also see the video footage from the day, and it's not separate from my camping journal. And the way I accomplish this is by uploading the videos to YouTube, and then I use a QR code in the layout so anyone using their phone while they're looking at the camping journal could scan that QR code and see the video for the day. So let me show you how I do that. I'm using a website called qrcodegenerator.com, and this will let me paste in a website URL, in this case, the link to a video that I uploaded to my YouTube account. I just use the share link, copy that, and paste that into the website, and it will generate a QR code automatically. You could then customize it, and I like to change the color so that it matches the color of my layout. And then once I have a color chosen, I can then download this QR code and then print it out and attach it to my layout. So I'll open up the file that I downloaded, and you can see that the QR code is in its own file, so you can print that out on your printer. So here is what I printed. I cut it out of a larger piece of paper, and I'm just going to trim this out so that it can go on my layout. All right, so now that it's trimmed out, you can see I've got a spot in my photo that I think it's going to go, but I'm thinking about putting something underneath it to anchor it to the background of the photo. And I found this branding strip that I had sitting on my desk. I had this cute little stripe pattern, these bright colors, and I thought it would do well as a place to anchor that QR code down onto the photo. So it's not just floating there. It has kind of a place to land. So I'll grab my adhesive and stick down that little strip of stripes. And then I'll use the adhesive on the back of the QR code and add that on top. And then I'm thinking that we might also want some embellishments, so I'll trim off the end. And then I'll go in and kind of look for some embellishments to further anchor that QR code to the corner. Ooh, and I found me some puffy stickers. Gotta love some cute puffy stickers. These are from a Vicky Boutin kit. I think it was the Print Shop kit. I took one of her classes a while ago now. And find some of these cute little puffy hearts. Just picking just the right color to put next to the QR code just to finish off this layout. One little heart and then another. And that QR code on the layout, you'll see all you have to do is scan that with a phone, and then you have video connected to a paper layout, which is just the coolest thing. And that will do it. So finally, this layout is complete. Cute little pocket page, photos with Canva, digital scrapbooking, video connected, all in one layout. This will be a perfect addition to my camping journal.